Salve, this is Emilia, also known as the Martian Geek, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. And what does it take to find a chicken around here? In the last episode, we fought another monster, so now the only side quest we have left currently is the Ingredient Seeker one. But we've wandered the streets all over the place, and yet still our supply of poultry is paltry. So we're just gonna press on with the main story. So let's head off to the East Bowes Highway, which is southeast. Well, actually, wait. Maybe it's just east. I guess the locations of those things can maybe be misleading sometimes. So, Eisen Road. Hawken Gate. That is where we needed to go, right? Yes, it is. I didn't de-equip the... Okay, yeah. I was thinking there should have been more monsters around. Hello. Hold it right there. The Hawken Gate is currently not permitting civilian passage through the checkpoint. Unauthorized personnel are not allowed past this point. Sorry to make you waste your breath, but we are authorized to be here. This is Mayor Maybell's. The mayor has requested that we come and speak with General Morgan about the status of the search. As you can see, this document is official. But if you don't want to let us through, I'm sure you'll be hating life later. I guess there's nothing we can do but let you through. Are you serious about this? Don't you know, Mayor Maybell is the one in charge over the entire region. Is that what a mayor does? You can't just ignore that. I guess you're right. Alright. We'll grant you permission to pass, but make sure you don't cause any problems. Us cause problems? Perish the thought. Whatever happens, never forget that we share a border with the Empire. Yeah, we got it already. Alright then, let us through. So we have a new path to explore. And it's pretty straightforward. I mean, pretty linear. Shoot. That was counterproductive. At least there's only one monster. And it's a bird with an egg on its head. Remera. And hey, it even drops tender poultry, so this is the chicken we were after all this time. A fresh Velger chick. It reflects arts with the shell on its head, can call for backup. So there's a reason it's just wearing the outside of its mother's ovaries as a nice hat. To make it impossible to use magic on. And yay, 2 experience for us, but hey, we're one step closer to finishing our chicken thing. Whatever. These things don't seem to be terribly defensive, though, unlike a lot of things we've faced. Like, yeah, Shara almost one-shot them. It didn't. In fact, Shara did one less than one, and then... Yeah, it's at 1 HP. I'm sure what I was trying to say there made sense, but... Didn't seem like... Okay, we got another poultry. Now that's what I call poultry in motion. So now, let's slam poultry. So if these are Fresh Velger chicks, whatever a Fresh Velger is, does that mean we get to see the adults later in the game? I think we do, but I'm not sure. It's possible they're in Trails in the Sky SC, too. Oh. Asking you shall receive? Burb! Fresh Velger. An avian monster living in barren wastelands. Incredibly powerful, but weak against fire. I'll say it's weak against fire. 500! So, yeah, if we have any fire magic, I think Shara still does. So this will do quintuple damage. 1,050. And yet that still didn't one-shot it. Actually, 1,120 HP. That is quite a lot for this point in the game. I suppose that's why it's quintuple weak to fire, and it doesn't even drop that much Sepith. So yeah, that hardly seems worth it. I suppose it's probably good that Shara does have that attack quartz, even if it is making her weaker than she should be at level 12, or one level higher than Estelle and Joshua. You'd think these soldiers would care more about all these bird monsters roaming their pathway. Group of 3 and we can't aerial them. They're on to me. If I thought of it, I could have left that one alive so that Shara could have hit 2 of them with her one attack. Oh well. So, come to think of it, these are birds, and wasn't Hresvelgr, like, associated with air or wind or something in Norse mythology? So, why don't they drop any air Sepith? This could be a problem. So get rid of them one at a time. That was counterproductive. You know what to do against the big one. It's bring your kids to work days, so they can burn and get stabbed too. Excuse me. I don't know what the big bird does to attack you, but don't particularly want to find out. So, 3 babies. Oh, and they can summon mommy. Oh, they can summon double mommy. So that's what their backup is. Call the parents because the mean bracers are picking on you. Well, I don't think the parents can call for backup, so we'll just get rid of the babies first, and hope that the parents don't have anything super bad. Feather Shower. Is that the first multi-target attack that an enemy has had? It might be. Rolling Dive. Okay, so they don't hurt as much as I thought they might. Still, though. Since it's at least not immune or resistant against wind, can do that. Incredibly powerful, shoots feathers everywhere. Okay, that should finish off the one on the right. And then we just have the one. Hit it. Seriously, though, that thing has way too much HP for Chapter 1. Fortunately, it also has way too much flammability. I think that's the highest elemental weakness of anything in the series, actually. I guess there might be other things that tie it. Also, let's go ahead and do that. Like, that's some metal blade kind of stuff there. Well, not quite. I guess metal blade would be if it used fire and was weak to fire. I mean, I guess at least Shara seems to cast her magic pretty quickly. Of course, the first tier spells don't tend to take very long to cast anyway, but... And hey, they give you a lot of CP when you hit him. I could use a stealth buff. Why the heck not?
Come on.
Incidentally, I could have sworn that was a 25% increase, not 20. I mean, like, for my previous playthrough, not previous episodes. Not the feathers, please, not the feathers. Oh, thanks, Joshua. I guess they are birds. It would make sense that they'd have pretty decent evasion. Like they say, it's awfully hard to punch a bird. And yeah, I realize I could use fire on them, but now that everyone's... well, okay, everyone was buffed up.
Oh, are you done already?
And hey, more chicken. Delicious Norse mythical creature chicken bird poultry meat. Yeah. Haken Gate. This is the Haken Gate? No, it's the North Pole. Where have you been? It's freaking huge! Of course it's huge. It acts as the sole entrance to the Empire, and it's the rampart that protects Liberl from foreign threats. Gotta keep out that coronavirus. After it was destroyed in the war 10 years ago, a much more robust wall was built in its place. Standard military reaction, bigger equals better. Which means that beyond this point is no longer Liberl. Yeah. It's a territory of the Erebonian Empire, which stands beneath the emblem of the Golden Stallion. The Erebonian Empire. Well, enough staring for one day. Let's go meet with General Morgan. There are some barracks right there to the side of the gate. Maybe we'll find him in there. Okay, let's go. Before that, I want you to remove those bracer emblems you got pinned on your chest. Things won't be pretty if General Morgan sees those. Oh, I forgot all about that. Somehow I feel all weird doing this. Yeah, there's something that just doesn't feel right about this. Don't worry, that's proof that you'd started adjusting to being a bracer. Is that how it works? Don't think there's much point in exploring, but you never know. There's a colored building there, or colored on the map, rather. Hello, everyone. I'm Amelia. To be a little odd. What a surprise! This is my first time eating Liberl's cooking, but it was rather delectable. I'm glad you liked it. If you head to town, there's a number of other places where you can eat great Liberl cooking as well. You enjoy this trip of yours, alright? That I will do, believe me. If this is the kind of food I can get in a border dive like this, then I truly am in for a feast elsewhere in this land. Well, excuse me for having my bar here on the outskirts of the country. Before you go feasting on the finer things, how about a glass of wine? I know it's not high-end exactly, but the taste is worth the price. Well then, maybe I will. Do you think this guy is... He looks like a traveler from the Empire, if you ask me. Okay, we already have one of those. 200! Well, let's get a vegetable sandwich. We need to learn the recipe. hey, you can even rest there. So let's see. I'm thinking about visiting the Empire. Doesn't look like anyone's here to fill out the necessary paperwork for leaving the country, though. Well, it doesn't really matter to me, since I just live my life on a whim. Chaotic neutral? In fact, the only reason I decided to travel to the Empire is, well, because it occurred to me. Okay, so I'm assuming we can't go through there yet, yeah. It's not even listed as a place we can go on the map. Yes, we did. There are many birds. Hello. How in the world did you guys get through? We talked to the people at the gate. The barricade hasn't been lifted on the Eisen Road yet. We came here on an errand for Mayor Maybell from Bose. Do you think you could get us in to see General Morgan? Well, that's understandable. In that case, I could definitely get you in to see the General, but unfortunately he's out at the moment. He's actually spearheading a number of searches right now. It looks like our timing was bad. You don't happen to have an idea when he might return, do you? I think he'll be back sometime today. There's a bar in that rest stop over there, so why don't you wait there for him? I'll let you know when he gets back. The bar? You mean the place where you're just at? Why is there a bar in a place like this anyway? I wonder what she'd say there if we hadn't visited that first. Obviously because this is the border with the Empire. The screening process for those entering and leaving the country is really strict, so there are a lot of travelers who have to wait quite a bit. That makes a lot of sense. In that case, it's understandable that you would need facilities like an inn and a bar. I don't think a bar counts as, like, necessary travel facilities. Well, then we'll take you up on your suggestion and wait over at the bar. Okay, so we indeed cannot go past there because there are stairs. Not the stairs. Well, here we are. There's a person we haven't seen yet. Marco, a merchant from the Erebonian Empire, and on his way to Bose. So... Oh, hey. Event flag. A good day to you all, my fine friends. You appear to be citizens of Liberal, but may I ask you if you're traveling to the Empire? Nope, we're just here on an errand. We're not traveling to the Empire. You appear to be a citizen of Erebonia yourself. What about you? Are you here to visit the Liberal Kingdom? Ha, I'm glad you asked. I am indeed a visitor in Liberal, both for work and for pleasure. And you say you're running an errand, but I can see your true colors. I know exactly who you are. Who we are? Indeed, your bracers know. How do you know? We removed our bracer emblems. Wait, are you trying to tell us that you're in the same profession? It's true that there are guild branches in the Empire, but actually I'm not a bracer. I just know several people in the guild, that's all. And there's an air about you that reminded me of them, so I just thought I'd ask. Those are some excellent deductive reasoning skills you got. I don't think an amateur could have picked us out of a crowd like that. Are you sure you're a traveler? Please don't look at me with such suspicious eyes. Those cold flickering eyes of ember, just like a glass of exquisite brandy. You just make me want to kiss you and hold you in my arms. Okay, pervert. What? You're a bold one, aren't you? Wait a minute, you. Are you one of those men who likes other boys? I just can't help myself when I see something beautiful standing before my eyes. Daughters of serenity, sons of elegance, supernal melodies and cleansing landscapes, masterpieces and stories to move the soul, and last but not least, the most exquisite in food and drink. For things such as these are those which pique my interest. So you're a pervert, just like I thought. Yep, definitely a pervert. How dreadful it is that genius is misunderstood in every generation. Wanting to kiss a random boy you just met is not genius, you idiot. I feel as if my delicate glass heart is about to be broken. You, with your magnificent black hair, please comfort me in my time of need. I'm going to have to pass. You've already scarred me for life as it is. I've heard strange conversations in my day, but this one is worth remembering. The look on that kid's face. Ha! Hey, you three. Oh, it's the soldier from earlier. The general has just returned. I just spoke to him about the matter, and he said he'll meet you now. Really? Yeah, so come to the barracks with me immediately. Wow, that was much quicker than I thought. Now at least maybe we'll be able to find out what's going on. Okay, then let's be off, shall we? What are you following us around for? Your timing is excellent. You didn't miss a beat in exiting behind us. It seemed almost natural. Scarily so. Ha! You noticed! Everything about you all just seemed so interesting, I thought I'd take a gander. Please, don't mind me. Carry on, my good gent and mademoiselles. Of course we're going to mind! Now get you! Shoo! Shoo! Scrooge. Who was that guy? Seriously, what was his deal? He's not normal, that's for sure. He is so not normal. Getting rid of that weirdo was probably better not only for ourselves, but a service for the world at large, too. Now let's hurry and meet with the general. I believe that... let's see. Okay, there we go. Even finished reading the book I brought. So, we get Chapter 3 of Carnelia. Gotta trigger those event flags. I could hear some arguing. Was there some kind of problem with another traveler? You might say that. No, nothing big like that. That aside, could you let us meet with the general? Yeah, he's inside. His office is the last door on the left. Make sure you don't go wandering around in other places where you're not permitted. Go wandering around in other places, you say? Okay. Hello. I was involved in the search for the missing airliner until late last night, so I'm dead tired. Supposed to activity today, blah, blah, blah. Anything interesting up here? Absolutely nothing. Okay, so when it said don't go wandering off, it just meant because it'll be boring if you do. Alright, here goes nothing. Are you here on behalf of Mayor Maybell? That's right. Very well, come inside. Thank you for seeing us. I'm glad that you came. My name is Morgan. I have been tasked with guarding the Hocken Gate by Her Majesty Queen Alicia. It's an honor to meet you, sir. We are all here on behalf of Mayor Maybell. Please pardon our intrusion during such a busy time. There's no need to apologize. I've known Maybell since she was but a child. I couldn't imagine ignoring her request, much less one from the mayor. Alright then, would you please read this first? So it's about the missing airliner, is it? Under ordinary circumstances, that information would be strictly confidential, but considering this is a request coming from her, I'll tell you everything I know. Sweet. Why are you happy about something that doesn't concern you? Crap, I should have kept my mouth shut. The mayor appears quite distraught over the situation, and so we've wanted to do anything we can to assist her. I see. Well, I'm glad to hear that she's been blessed with some good people around here. Let me get right down to things and explain the status of our search efforts. I saved Joshua. Please do. The airliner, Lind, disappeared on its way to Roland after taking off from the Bowes Landing port. Presently, we have units searching all areas of the region, but we have yet to come up with anything. So what you're saying is the possibility of the incident being caused by monsters or an accident is fairly slim, right? If an airship of that size had crashed, it likely would have been discovered in the initial search efforts. Yes, that's exactly right. In fact, the flight route between Bose and Roland goes over some plains that allow a commanding view of the land. And of course, the probability of the airliner going down in Valeria Lake or the ocean is extremely low. Boy, am I relieved to hear that it's probably not a worst-case scenario like that. So if those have been ruled out, then that leaves the door open to the possibility that the airship could have been taken, right? Which makes me think that the only remaining motive must be to loot the cargo or demand a ransom for the hostages. In other words, a hijacking, right? Also, considering the geographical conditions, it could have been a covert operation carried out by the Imperial Army. And that would be really big news if that were the case. What's the matter, General? I was just thinking that that's quite an impressive assessment for some civilians. We also considered the possibility that the Imperial Army was involved, so we have enforced strict regulations on the flow of information. An international incident, if taken lightly, could result in another war. But thanks to the small mercies of Adios, the possibility for another conflict disappeared early this morning. A certain organization sent a letter to the royal family and Orbital Ship Company claiming responsibility and demanding a ransom for the passengers. This organization goes by the name of the Capua family. The Capua family? It couldn't be who I think it is, could it? It certainly appears to be that way. The Sky Bandits who have been operating in the shadows in the Bose region and are led by 3 siblings at their head. I take it you've heard of them. Not only have we heard of them, we just had a run-in with them in Roland. I just can't believe those good-for-nothing thieves have managed to create such a big incident here in Bose. Estelle? Oops. You've had a run-in with them in Roland. I had heard that some of their gang had shown up in the Roland region, but I think he's on to us. Yeah, because of you and your big mouth. I see now. I thought the way you were able to analyze the situation was strange for mere civilians. But I never would have guessed that a girl and a couple of kids like you were bracers. Who are you calling kids? Just for the record, Mayor Maybell did in fact request that we come here and talk to you. Silence, deceivers! Get in here, men! He looks pretty ticked off. So this is how a hard-nosed military man acts, eh? What's the matter, General? Did these visitors try to pull anything funny? These bracers need to be shown the door. Throw them out immediately. Just what is your problem, old man? Trying to brush us off like bugs? You're no different. Hiding your identity so you could try and finagle some information out of me. It's because you pull underhanded actions like that that bracers can't be trusted. Not really helping your case, though. Just where do you get off calling it finagling? It's your own fault since you didn't share information with the guild to begin with. Nonsense! Who in their right mind would leave an incident this big in the hands of a mere civilian group? I swear, of all the stupid things Maybell could have tried to pull. Hiring a bunch of kids like this and getting in the way of our search party. How about you cut with the crap, General? Why do you think we've had to come all the way from Roland to begin with? It's because when it comes down to it, you military morons can't do your job. What did you just say? Holy cow. Shara's really ticked all right. For the past few months, you've known about the string of burglaries that seem to be the work of the Sky Bandits, right? And who, knowing full well it was them, dumped the workload onto the guild instead of looking into it themselves like they should have, huh? And now, the second this incident happens, you get on your high horse with an attitude. Yet you got nothing to show for it, no hostages or even the location of the missing airliner. Don't you think that's an embarrassment to the entire kingdom? Silence, girl! The military is an organization that runs on discipline and does not take action on a whim. Unlike a group I know of who didn't think ahead and let the Sky Bandits escape, so enough with your insolence. So, you're really looking for a fight, aren't you? How sad it is to see such discord. It could be worse, at least it's not Skype, right? Strife brings nothing to be borne, but only extends the barren wilderness within our hearts. Let me sing a requiem for you all, one to soothe your parched souls. A gentle yet wistful tune, to bathe your brittle spirits and cause the deserts of your hearts to bloom. Brightly shooting stars, leaving trails in the skies. Hey, title drop. Like a guiding light, they show me the way to your eyes. This yearning passion tears my heart in twain, and the cruel moon mocks my pain. If this fleeting dream shall never be, if this fleeting dream shall never be, a single wound will remain in my heart for all to see. A passionate first and final kiss. Your tears to me are an amber bliss. Let us immure this eternal love. Haha, it looks like you all understood what I was trying to get across. What is it that is most precious above all? That's love and peace, baby. Sparkle. I think it's about time for the search party to be returning with their reports. That's right, General. I should get back to my duties and make sure you don't let those kids in again. Oh, and cancel any further checks on the travelers along the Eisen Road. Having these kids around any longer will just be an eyesore. Right away, sir. He ran away. I wish we could escape. He's still right behind us, isn't he? What is going on with his sprite there? I don't think your song is supposed to do that, Olivier. I guess we don't know his name yet, do we? Ha 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 ha! No matter which country you visit, military men lack romanticism. But you lot, on the other hand, appear to appreciate my aesthetic sense. You know, maybe we should get going ourselves. Yeah, good idea. We had a bit of trouble, but we did manage to get some information. After we head back to Bose, how about we think about our future plan of attack? Where are you going? Well, wait for me. I mean, please wait for me. Let me try and introduce myself again. I'm Olivier Lenheim, a wandering bard and musician by trade. As you already know, I am an Erebonian touring your fair liberal. I'm Estelle, and... Now, wait a minute. Why do we have to introduce ourselves to you? Easy, Estelle. He did intercede for us back there. I'm Joshua. And I'm Sherazard. Things were getting pretty heated, and I'm glad you stepped in before something really bad happened. Let me just say thanks. Ha, you've got nothing to thank me for. I only did what any person who loves beauty and peace would have done. However, if you insist, how about going out on a date with me for a day? Well, that means Estelle is the only person in the party he hasn't tried to hit on. I'm going to have to pass on that. First of all, I don't have that sort of free time. That's too bad. Alright then, I guess I'll accept Joshua as a substitute. What do I have to do with any of this? Please don't involve me in your questionable humor. Well, that's odd. I didn't mean it as a joke. He's 16. Saying that makes you even more questionable. Now just a minute. How come you didn't invite me on a date? You? I don't know how to put this, but you're a bit lacking in the sexy department. You might want to think about it, taking a lesson or two from your friends here. Well, excuse me for not being sexy. And just what do you mean by saying I should take a few lessons from Joshua? Calm down, Estelle. I think you're cute enough just the way you are. Though I guess it's true you're a bit lackluster in the sexy category. What did you just say? Oh, good grief. Anyway, like I said before, we're busy. I'm sorry there's not a better way to thank you, but we've got to get going. Then how about you take me along with you to the city of Bose? This is my first time in Liberal, after all, and I'd like to request a guide. Well, if that's all that you want, then I don't mind. Shara, now just a second! It's the least we can do, and we're headed to the same place anyway. Plus, acting as a guide is one of a bracer's many duties. Oh, alright, I guess we're stuck with him until then. But what if he tries to sink his poisonous fangs of lust into Joshua? Estelle? Don't you worry, Joshua. I'll save you from his perverted attentions if he tries anything funny. What is it exactly that you think he'll try? Please don't refer to me like I'm some sort of ferocious beast. No, you're a spoony bard. I'd rather that you call me a hunter of love. Okay, spoony bard. Even love stealer wouldn't be that bad of a title either. Are you right in the head? How about target practice for our big stick that we hit things with? So how about it, everyone? Shall we leave for Bose? I'm counting on you all to get me there safely. Now let us be off. Who died and made you leader? Hey, wait a minute, you. I'm not done warning you about the grisly fate that awaits you if you sully Joshua's innocence. So, actually, I think that's probably a decent place to call it. Next time we'll get back to Bose, we will finally finish up that side quest with the poultry, and we'll see what else we can do. So I'll see you next time.